Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Liam Nevin. I'll be bringing you today's broadcast of the game between Highland Community College Scotties and the T-Birds of Cloud County. We'll be back in a short moment. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please stand, and gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor this great nation and the community in the playing of the national anthem. The starting pitcher for the Scotties, number 10, Blake Van Herky. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Liam Nevin here again. We're about to have our first pitch of today's game. For the Scotties, our defensive side of the ball, we have Connor Feeney behind the plate. Blake Van Herky is our starting pitcher. First baseman is Chris Procopio. Second baseman Tyler Watson. The shortstop today is Keyshawn Ballard. Third baseman Dalton Burtt. And in the outfield, we have Justin Rijig in left, Jose Ortiz in right, and Jerry Alcantara in center field. Now batting the center fielder, number 12, Ryan Simmons. And that's the first pitch from Blake Van Herky. Inside ball one. And that one, a fastball right down the middle, 1-1. That's it down to the third baseman, Dalton Burtt. He throws it across to the first. But number 12, Ryan Simmons, is safe at the plate. Now batting the catcher, number 18, Tucker Catlett. So not the start the Scotties would have wanted. First batter up, first batter on base. And Blake Van Erke gets ready for his pitch. Checks the runner at first, has his sign. Sends a bunt back to Van Herky. He throws back to Keyshawn Ballard for the out. Out number 1 for the Scottish. Now batting the designated hitter, number 23, Eric Sabrowski. So Sabrowski comes to the plate. 1 out, 1 runner on first. He gets ready to face Blake Van Herky. That's fouled off for strike 1. This is Blake's first game pitching this season. His first start. 0-1 the count for Eric Sabrowski of the T-Birds. That's wide and outside, ball 1. 1-1 count, 1 out. Nice day here at the Highland Community Ballpark. Weather's improved since it's been quite dreadful here lately. Snow and ice making it unable to play any games over the weekend here at Highland Community Ballpark. Van Erke there, keeping the runner honest on first. As Sabrowski gets ready to take the third ball of his at-bat. And he fouls that in off his foot. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Eric Zabrowski. On deck for the T-Birds, we have Torrin Langley. Langley, a 6'2 sophomore from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Big swing and a miss there for Sabrowski. It's strikeout for Van Herky. 2 outs for the Scotties. Now batting the third baseman, number 20, Torrin Langley. Langley comes to the plate. 2 out, 1 on. Van Herky with his first strikeout of the day, just there. The Scotties looked a bit more positive since letting that runner get on base in the first at-bat. That's low and outside, ball 1. The wind going from right to left on your screen. That's a fastball down the middle. A 1-1 count for Torrin Langley from the T-Birds. Coach Alex Cox giving some advice there. That's fouled down the right field line. Ball 1, strike 2. Torrin Langley. Blake Van Herky readies his pitch. It's low and outside, ball 2. Tried to bait him into hitting it there. 2-2 count for Torrin Langley. Scotties come into this contest 4-3 on the year as Langley pops that up down the right field line. Josue Ortiz can't get there and lands safe, and Ryan Simmons will make it home to give the T-Birds the lead. That's a triple from Torrin Langley. Now batting the first base, number 36, Ryan Kolakowski. So Kolakowski comes to the plate. The T-Birds having taken an early lead here in the top of the first. Simmons, the lone man, getting home so far. Torrin Langley with the decisive hit in this ball game so far. That's wide and outside from Blake Van Herky. Ball 1. That's low in the dirt for ball 2. As we will announce and tweet out a question in the middle of the 2nd, 5th, and 7th innings of today's game. Tweet your answers to at HCC Scotties using the hashtag HCC Trivia. First correct answer will win a prize. That's 2-1 count for the first baseman, Ryan Kolakowski. Blake Van Herky sends in the pitch. It's wide, low, and down in the dirt for ball 3. This afternoon in the press box, we have Koya Roscoe on the live stream. We've also got Jarrett Gilliland on our live stats. If you want to catch those stats to keep up to date with the ball game, as that is sent into shallow center field. They'll score another run now, the T-Birds. Kolakowski getting on first. It's a 2-0 ball game. Now batting the right fielder, number 15, Trey McDaniel. McDaniel comes to the plate. The T-Birds leading 2-0. Scotties will be looking to get out of this inning at this at-bat and keep the damage low. As that's popped up high, Conafini underneath it. He's unable to get there. That's strike 1 for Trey McDaniel. Daniel steps into the batter's box. Van Herky waits for his sign from Conafini. Checks the runner at first. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner of the plate. Strike 2. 0-2 count for Trey McDaniel. The Scotties will be looking to get out of this inning on this pitch. He's called strike on the outside corner of the plate. T-Birds have an early advantage in this game, 2-0 in the top of the first. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. The starting pitcher for the T-Birds, number 35, Skylar Proctor. Leading off for the Scotties, number 9, Justin Rejic. Well, Justin Rejic leading off for the Scotties, looking to get back into this ball game. And then trailed by 2 as he takes a strike on the outside corner for strike 1. Defensive alignments for the T-Birds. Behind the plate we have Tucker Catlett. Starting pitcher is Skylar Proctor. First baseman Ryan Kolakowski. Second baseman Luis Landeta as he fouls that one back. Third baseman Torrin Langley. And the rest of the infield is the shortstop Aidan Huggins. Outfield we got Grant Smith in left, Trey Mcdaniel in right, and the center fielder is Ryan Simmons. The Rejic 0-2 count for him. That's outside for ball 1. 1-2 count for Justin Rejic. Justin's batting .313 on the season. He pops that one back into left center field. That'll be out number 1. Now batting for the Scotties, number 7, Josue Ortiz. Josue comes into today's contest batting .500 on the season, has 7 hits from 14 at-bats. Takes that strike right down the middle, strike 1. Josue looking to get the Scotties started here in the bottom of the first inning. It is 1 9-inning game for today. As he swings at that, hits it straight. Double hopper to the shortstop. He'll make it through and gets on base for the Scotties. Now batting for the Scotties, number 6, Keyshawn Ballard. Keyshawn Ballard comes in today batting .524. He's got 11 hits from 21 at-bats, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, as he has strike 1 there. Josue Ortiz on first, got a decent lead there. Proctor sends in the pitch. Ballard sends a double hopper to the second baseman. And they make the play. 3 up, 3 down for the Scotties. Can't do anything about the lead in the first, but we'll head to the top of the second. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Scotties Sports Network. Now we have number 21, Grant Smith at the plate for the T-Birds as he hits that foul down the left field line. Strike one. The Scotties gave up 2 runs in the top of the first. If you're just joining us, we're in the top of the second now. That's a ball low and outside. 1-1. That's a strike on the outside corner of the plate. 1-2. Nice pitch there from Blake. T-Birds come into the season 5-4 into this game, sorry. Scotty's 4-3. And it's called strike. Down low. Good pitch from Blake Van Herky. Now batting number 11, Aidan Huggins. Well, that would have been just the situation Blake Van Herky would have wanted coming into the start of the second after allowing the lead-on runner in the first to get on base. That's a ball inside. Checked his swing at the last minute there, did Aidan Huggins. Similar pitch, similar situation right there. Ball number 2 for Aidan Huggins. Blake Van Herky looking to get back on top of the count here. Similar pitch to the other ones, but catches the inside corner there. 2-1 count. They retire 2 out of 2 in the second inning. Now batting number 13, Lewis Lendata. Here comes the pitch from Blake Van Herky. Fouls that off his foot, sends it on to the infield. And that looked like it hurt for Lewis Lendata. Lendata, 5'10", redshirt sophomore from Palomar, Venezuela. Here comes a pitch straight back at Van Herky that hit him. You could tell it could hurt. Couldn't make the plays. Throws it just a bit too wide there, Tyler Watson. And Cloud get a man on base. Now batting number 12, Ryan Simmons. Blake Van Herky took a decent shot from that ball right there. Seems unfazed. Connor Feeney gives the call to his infield. Two out, one on for the T-Birds. Hits that through the gap. Out to left field. Rijic will field. And that'll move the runner head to second. Now batting the catcher number 18, Tucker Catlett. Catlett scored the first run of this ball game. Here comes the pitch. Clips the outside corner of the plate. Strike one. Swirling wind here in Highland. Van Herky gets ready for his pitch. Here it comes. Low in the dirt just outside. 1-1 count for Tucker Catlett. As he hits Catlett there, Blake Van Herky, that'll load the bases for the T-Birds. Now batting number 23, Eric Sobrowski. Sobrowski comes to the plate. Bases loaded. Scotty's in a bit of a pickle here. This will be the 36th pitch for Blake Van Herky. Sends it in, catches the outside corner of the plate. Strike one for Eric Sobrowski. Bases loaded for the T-Birds. Scotties will look to get out of the inning with no damage done, but that'll be a tough ask. Sends in a little high there. 1-1 count. Sends it in a little high again. Big swing and a miss there from Sobrowski. 2-2 count. Van Herky will look to end the inning here on this pitch. Sends it in. Sobrowski gets under it. And it's going to fall in there between left field and the shortstop. Alcantara making the play, but Cloud will score too. Now, but now batting number 20, Torrin Langley. That's an 0-2 count for Torrin Langley. Two Birds scored 2 in the top of the first, 2 in the top of the second here. Scotties face a 0-4 deficit. Langley fouls that one off. Still 0-2 count. Langley fouls that one back as well. inning. Now batting number 36, Ryan Kolakowski. Kolakowski comes to the plate. T-Birds leading 4-0 over the Scotties. Scored 2 in the top of the first, 2 in the top of the second. Bases loaded, 2 out. They've done most of their work with 2 out here in the top of the second. Conafini does well to get behind that. Ball 1 for Ryan Kolakowski. His second at bat today. That's a good pitch in the inside corner there from Blake Van Herky. 1-1 count. Kolakowski sets himself, gets in the batter's box, waits for the pitch from Blake Van Herky. Sends that out to right field. Jose Ortiz gets under it, makes the play, and he'll end this half of the inning. Scotties trail 4-0. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network.
All right, fans, we're going to be doing our Twitter trivia today for a chance to win some prizes. We'll announce we're going to do questions in between the 2nd, 5th, and 7th innings, with the answers coming the next half inning. Tweet your answers to @HCC Scotties using the hashtag HCC Trivia. Question 1. Today's theme's Highland Baseball. Question 1. What year was the inaugural first season of Highland Baseball played? Again, what year was the inaugural first season of Highland Baseball played here at Highland Community College? Again, tweet your answers to @HCC Scotties using the hashtag HCC Trivia. First correct answer will win the prize. Procopio.
Leading off for the Scotties, the first baseman, number 30, Chris Procopio. And welcome back to Highland Community Ballpark. Scotties face a 4-0 deficit here in the bottom of the second. Up to bat for the Scotties is Chris Procopio. Procopio is batting .545 on the season. He's got 6 hits from 11 at-bats. It's his first at-bat today. Procopio has 3 RBIs on the season. Gets ready to take this pitch. It's high. It's ball 3. Scotties looking to get things started here in the bottom of the second. On deck for the Scotties is the third baseman, Dalton Burtt, as Procopio is sent to first. Now batting for the Scotties, the third baseman, number 4, Dalton Burtt. Burtt ready to face his first pitch of the day. That's on the outside corner, strike one. Chris Procopio on first for the Scotties. That's high. Good leave there from Dalton Burtt, good eye. 1-1 count. Scotty's looking to get on the board here in this inning. That's a wild pitch outside. 2-1 count for Dalton Burtt. Burtt batting .222 on the season. He's got 4 hits from 18 at-bats, 3 RBIs as he fouls that one back. 2-2. On deck for the Scotties is Tanner Williams, designated hitter this afternoon. As Proctor tries to throw Procopio out at first, to no avail. But fouls that one back. Still 2-2. Proctor has his sign. Here comes the pitch. And Burtt gets that through. Scotties have 2 on base at the start of the second. Now batting for the Scotties, the designated hitter number 16, Tanner Williams. Williams comes up. Scotties trailing by 4, but have 2 on, no outs in the bottom of the second. Swings on the first pitch, fouls that one off hard. Strike one. On deck for the Scotties, number 14, Tyler Watson, the second baseman. Swirling wind here in Highland. Beautiful day compared to what we have been getting. A lot of ice and snow. That ball drops in. Strike 2. Comes a pitch just off the outside corner of the plate for a ball. Ball 1. Strike. One and 2 count for Tanner Williams. Scotty's no outs, 2 on base. And that's off the outside corner as well, 2-2. Scotty's looking to mount something here in the bottom of the second. If you're just joining us, Scotty's trail 4-0 against the T-Birds of Cloud County. T-Birds scoring 2 in the top of the first, 2 in the top of the second, as Williams fouls that one back. Scotties have Chris Procopio on second, Dalton Burtt on first. That ball high, wanted to drop in but just doesn't. Ball 3 for Tanner Williams, full count. Williams fought back from an 0-2 count. And that's out off the outside corner of the plate as well. Ball 4, full bases loaded for the Scotties. Now batting for the Scotties, the second baseman, number 14, Tyler Watson. Looks as though the T-Birds will talk it over the mound. Coach gives Proctor a pat and says, "Do your job. We're ready to get back underway." Tyler Watson at the plate for the Scotties. Scotties have bases loaded, Procopio on third, Burtt on second, Williams on first. Scotties look to get some runs on the board here in this ballgame. Here comes the pitch from Proctor. It's low in the strike zone, but that's strike number one for Tyler Watson. Proctor has his sign. Here comes the pitch. Send down low in the dirt and out wide. 1-1 count for Tyler Watson. Tyler Watson batting .200. He's got one hit from 5 at-bats this season so far. He hits that to second base. When they try and turn the double play, they can't. The Scotties get on the board. He brings Procopio home. 4-1 ball game. Now batting for the Scotties, the catcher number 5, Connor Feeney. Strike number one for Connor Feeney. He's got Dalton Burtt on third. Tyler Watson on first. Runners at the corners. Proctor tries to throw out Watson. That one a little high. Thought it dropped in, but did not. 1-2 count for Connor Feeney. On deck for the Scotties, we got Jerry Alcantara, the center fielder. Jerry from Carolina, Puerto Rico. As Feeney gets under that one, sends it out to center field. Center fielder Ryan Simmons gets onto it, makes the play, but can't get it back, so the Scotties will score another. 4-2 ball game with Jerry Alcantara about to come up. Now batting for the Scotties, the center fielder number 26, Jerry Alcantara. Second, that pitch comes in down low and out wide. for ball one. Jerry batting .400 so far this season. He's got 2 hits from 5 at-bats, including 1 double. And that's ball number 2. 2-0 count for Jerry. He has Tyler Watson at first. Here comes the pitch. Jerry gets under that one. That'll go back to the right fielder who will make the play on the hill to end the inning. Scotty's put on 2, trail by 2. It's a 4-2 ball game. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Sorry about that, folks. We had a bit of technical difficulties just there. Microphone ran out of batteries. We are good to go. We're back at the action. 1-1 count and 1 out. Two and 1 count for Aidan Huggins. T-Birds have 1 on at second. And here comes the pitch from Blake Van Herky. It's a strike there on the outside corner of the plate. 2-2 for Aidan Huggins. Huggins, a 6-foot redshirt freshman from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Van Herky there strikes him out. Second out of the inning for the T-Birds. Now batting the second baseman, number 13, Luis Lendata. Lendata calls time there, steps out. Grant Smith on second for the T-Birds. 2 outs. The Scotties look to get out of the inning. No damage done. Rijic makes the throw, and it's a good one. They'll get him out and get through the inning unscathed. What a play by Justin Rijic. We'll head to the top of the third. Scotties trail 4-2 against T-Birds. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network.
All right, we have our first winner for question 1. The question was, what year was the inaugural first season of Highland baseball played? The answer was 1971. 1971 was the first season of Highland baseball here at Highland Community College. And Brad Zinn's our winner. Brad, you can collect your prize from the cheerleaders back by the concession stand. Question 2 will be coming in between the 5th and 6th inning.
Leading off for the Scotties, the left fielder, number 9, Justin Rijic. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the Highland Community Ballpark in Highland, Kansas. That ball outside, ball 1 for Justin Rijic. If you're just joining us, the Scotties trail the T-Birds 4-2. T-Birds took an early 2-0 lead in the top of the first, added to it in the top of the second to make it 4-0. And the Scotties found their offense and put on 2 runs in the bottom of the second. 4-2 ball game here in the bottom of the third. Justin Rijic at the plate. He takes that one up high for ball 3, sorry. made a nice play in the outfield to get the third out of the top of the inning. Looking to get on base here for the Scotties. He takes that one inside. Ball 4. He will take his base. Now batting for the Scotties, the right fielder, number 7, Josue Ortiz. And it looks as though Skylar Proctor's day is done for the T-Birds. We will take a quick break as the new pitcher warms up. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. New pitcher for the T-Birds is Kobe Spicer. He makes the play there to get Josue Ortiz out. He advances the runner Justin Rejic to second. Now batting for the Scotties, the shortstop, number 6, Keyshawn Ballard. Keyshawn looks to take his first pitch from Kobe Spicer. That's pitch on the outside corner of the plate, strike 1. Scotties trail 4-2, 1 out. Justin Rejic on second for the Scotties. A big swing there from Keyshawn, can't make contact. 0-2. Keyshawn gets a hold of that, goes to shallow left center. Center fielder makes the play for out number 2 of the bottom of the third. Now batting for the Scotties, the first baseman, number 30, Chris Procopio. Well, Procopio got it started in the bottom of the second for the Scotties. Got on base, was the first person home. That pitch hits the outside corner, strike 1. Scotties are back in action on March 1st as they travel to Neosho County. Games at 1 and 3 down there. Chris fouls that one off, strike 2. 2 out for the Scotty. Dalton Burtt is on in the on-deck circle. Decent crowd here at the Highland Community Ballpark today. We got some good weather finally, as that's outside ball 1. 1 and 2 count for Chris Procopio. And the pitch from Spicer. Bates Procopio, he swings, can't make contact. And that is out number 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll head to the top of the 4th. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Leading off for the T-Birds, number 12, Ryan Simmons. Ryan Simmons going to get us started here in the top of the 4th. He faces Blake Van Herky. Baits him into a swing there, strike 1. Van Herky's gone 3 innings. 3 earned, 7 hits on the day. That's 1 and 1. Attempted bunt there from Simmons. Fouls out over the fence. 1 and 2 count. And he gets him on the inside corner of the plate. Strike 3, out number 1. Nice pitch there from Blake Van Herky. Now batting number 18, Tucker Catlett. Catlett comes to the plate after seeing his teammate Ryan Simmons get struck out there with a nice pitch on the inside corner of the plate. Van Herky sends it in. That's going to go out like a laser straight to Jerry Alcantara for out number 2. Now batting number 23, Eric Sobrowski. 2-0 count for Eric Sabrowski. 2 outs for the T-Birds in this top of the 4th inning. It's a 1-9 inning contest today between these two teams. As Sabrowski gets under that, sends it to center right field. Alcantara can't get to it or make the play. Gets to it on the hill. Throws it to Ballard, and that's a double for Sabrowski. Now batting number 20, Torin Langley. Bit of an echo there, as I said. Torin's last name. It's Connor Feeney and Coach Alex Cox will head out to talk to Blake Van Herky. Said Blake has gone 3 2/3 innings, 3 earned, 8 hits, 5 strikeouts. And that'll be it for Blake Van Herky today. He's done well for the Scotties, as he's greeted by Rafi Lara, Caleb Underwood. And we'll see a new pitcher for the Scotties. We'll be back in just a minute. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Pitching change for the Scotties. Now pitching number 2, Tony Horn. Now batting number 20, Torin Langley. Welcome back, everybody. Pitching change for the Scotties. Now pitching is number 2, Tony Horn. Tony's a redshirt sophomore from Muskogee, Oklahoma. He sends that one in. Torin Langley hits it straight at Keyshawn Ballard, who just can't make the play. And runners on the corners for the T-Birds. Now batting number 36, Ryan Kolakowski. 1-0 count for Ryan Kolakowski. He's got runners on the corners. 2 outs as he faces Tony Horn. Tony sends it in there. Kolakowski fouls it down the left field line. 1-1. Langley will advance to second. Feeney does well to recover there after being unable to handle the pitch down low. Kolakowski is ready. Tony Horn waits for his call. And here comes the pitch from Tony Horn. Another one down low in the dirt. This time, Sobrowski does decide to come home and gets there. And the T-Birds add another run to make it a 5-2 ball game. Here comes the pitch from Tony Horn. Another one down low in the dirt. That'll walk Kolakowski. And again, runners on the corners for the Scotties. Sorry, for the T-Birds. Now batting number 15, Trey McDaniel. Scotties looking to get out of this inning with just the 1 run against them. Runners on the corners for the T-Birds. 5-2 ball game. If you're just joining us, T-Birds took an early lead and went up 2-0 in the top of the first, then added 2 more to make it a 4-0 ball game in the top of the second. Scotties fought back a little bit to add 2 runs in the bottom of the second. And just recently here in the top of the fourth, T-Birds have added another run. That's going to be a shallow fly ball to Dalton Burtt, who can't make the play. Off the tip of his glove. As Torrin Langley will come home. That's now a 6-2 ball game. Now batting number 21, Grant Smith. Grant Smith comes to the plate now. As the T-Birds have gotten their 4-run lead back. We've added both these runs again with 2 outs. That's a ball up high, ball 1. T-Birds did similar in the top of the second as Scotties had them on the ropes, 2 out. And then they rallied to add those 2 runs with 2 outs in the top of the second. That's down low just inside for ball number 2. All right, on the outside corner of the plate for Tony there. 2-1 count for Grant Smith. Smith is a 6'3" freshman from Hastings, Nebraska. And that one down low as well. Ball 3. 3-1 count. 2 on for the T-Birds. And Smith tips that one back. Full count, 3-2. Connor Feeney gives the call to his infield. And here comes the pitch from Tony Horn. He's got his sign. And Smith gets under that, sends it to left field. Justin Rejic gets under it, makes the play at the fence. T-Birds add 2 and extend their lead to make it a 6-2 ball game. We'll be back at the bottom of the 4th. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network.
Fans, don't forget we have a concession stand open today. Back by the blue building, back by the restrooms. We also have the HCC bookstore has a few items set up down by the concession stand. Please help yourself to those. Baseball selling some team hats as well, so check those out.
Leading off for the Scotties, the third baseman, number 4, Dalton Burtt. Well, Dalton Burtt leading off for the Scotties here in the bottom of the 4th. 6-2 ball game as he takes the ball outside, ball 1. And a big swing there from Burtt, misses, 1-1 count. That ball drops in there. 1-2 for Dalton Burtt. And Spicer gets ready, gets his call. Here comes the pitch. That's inside and down low, 2-2. And Burtt reaches down, gets under it a little bit, and we'll send it to the left fielder. Grant Smith out there. Now batting for the Scotties, number 16, Tanner Williams. Tanner Williams comes to the plate. And takes a strike down the middle, strike 1. Tanner was walked in his early at-bat today. And a big swing there. Can't make contact, 0-2. And he gets onto that one. I'll send the left fielder back, who makes the play. Grant Smith makes a nice catch out there in left field. That'll bring Tyler Watson to the plate. Now batting for the Scotties, the second baseman, number 14, Tyler Watson. Tyler will foul that one off. Strike one. 2 outs for the Scotties here in the bottom of the 4th as they face a 4-run deficit. That one well outside. 1-1. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Tying inside, 2-2. He gets underneath that, sends a high fly ball out to the second baseman, and that'll end the inning. Scotties trail 6-2. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network.
All right, fans listening to our live stream today, we're going to do a little more trivia. You can tweet in your answers to @HCC Scotties using the hashtag HCCTrivia. All right, it's time for more trivia. Question 2, you can tweet in your answers to @HCC Scotties on Twitter using the hashtag HCCTrivia, or you can just run up to the table where the cheerleaders are back by the concession stand if you have the correct answer. Question 2, for a chance to win a prize. Who was the first ever head baseball coach for the Scotty baseball team? Again, question 2, who was the first ever head Scotty baseball coach? Again, you can tweet in your answers, tag us, HCC Scotties, using the hashtag HCCTrivia. Or if you know the answer, run back to the cheerleaders table. Tell them the answer, win a prize.
Leading off for the T-Birds, number 11, Aidan Huggins. And everyone watching on YouTube, welcome back. We're here at the Highland Community Ballpark, top of the 5th inning. Lovely day here in Highland, a little bit breezy. That's a 6-2 ball game. The T-Birds currently leading the Scotties 6-2 after adding 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the 4th. Scotties added 2 runs in the bottom of the second. As that pitch is wild, bouncing in the dirt for ball 1. Big swing and a miss there from Huggins. Strike 2. A 1-2 count for Aidan Huggins. Here comes a pitch from Tony Horn. Huggins gets a hold of that nicely, but sends it down the right field foul line. 1-2. Sends that. Dalton Burtt can't make the play, and it'll trickle out to Justin Rejic for the single. Now batting number 13, Luis Lendeta. Lendata fouls that one towards the Scotty bench. Strike one. On one count, runner on first as Horn checks the runner. Ready's his pitch, here it comes. Big swing and miss from Lewis Lendata, 0-2. Here comes the pitch from Tony Horn. Swings up and fouls it back off his shoulder. Count stays at 0-2. And Data looked to be reaching a lot at that pitch. Horn looks to keep the runner honest, try and pick him off there. 0-2 count for Luis Lendata. Here comes the pitch. Reaching again, fouls it off, just gets a bit on it. Count remains 0-2. Tony Horn checks the runner at first again. Sets himself, here comes the pitch. Throws to first. And a wild outside pitch there, 1-2. Connor Feeney does well to get a glove on it. He sends that one straight down the middle. Lendata can't get anything on it. So that's the first out of the inning. A nice pitch there from Tony Horn. Now batting number 12, Ryan Simmons. Simmons comes to the plate. For the T-Birds, this will be his fourth at-bat. He's got 2 hits and a strikeout already today. It's Tony Horn. Throws to Procopio again. He fouls that one off. Oh and 1 count for Ryan Simmons. Tony Horn throws to Procopio again. Watson can't make the play there at second. The T-Birds will get another runner on base. Our runner's on first and second. Now batting number 18, Tucker Catlett. Catlett comes to the plate with a runner on first and a runner on second. Just 1 out. As Tony Horn readies his pitch. He's got his call, sets himself. Catlett calls time, steps out of the box. Huggins has a decent lead at second. That ball drops in there for strike one. Tony Horn steps off there. As his call, here comes the pitch. Checks off the runner at second. Sends in there a little high. 1-1. Sends that back. Dalton Burtt to make the play. Throws it to Watson at second. Watson sends it to Procopio to turn the double play and end the inning. Nice play by the Scotties infield there. We'll take a quick break and come back with the bottom of the fifth, my bad. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Now batting for the Scotties, number 5, Connor Feeney. Strike number 1 there for Connor Feeney. Scotties trail 6-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. That ball is down inside ball 1. In the on-deck circle for the Scotties, we have Jerry Alcantara. The pitch comes in, and he fouls that one off. 1-2 count for Connor Feeney. Feeney is 6'1", freshman from McKinney, Texas. Here comes the pitch. And swing and a miss for Connor. Can't do anything about it. And that is out number 1 for the Scotties. Now batting for the Scotties, number 26, Jerry Alcantara. Jerry Alcantara shapes the bunt there, pulls back at the last minute. Ball number 1, pitch wild and inside, very high. That one down low in the dirt. Tucker Catlett can do nothing about it. New pitcher starting this inning for the T-Birds. That ball's down low, but catches the strike zone, 2-1. Number 1, Jake Blancati, a 5'10" freshman from Shawnee, Kansas. Sends that in. Jerry fouls that one off to make the count 2-2. Scotties have been unable to get any offense going since that mini run in the bottom of the second inning. As umpire calls time. Jerry Alcantara resets himself and waits for Blancati's pitch, which is down low and wide in the dirt. 3-2. 3-2 for Jerry. 1 out for the Scotties in this inning. Look to get something going offensively. Here it comes. That's outside and not very pretty. Sends Jerry on to first base and brings up Justin Rejic. Now batting for the Scotties, the left fielder, number 9, Justin Rejic. That's good running there by Jerry Alcantara. He gets to second base. 1-1 count for Justin Rejic. 1 out for the Scotties. 1 on base for the Scotties. As they look to finally get something going offensively. As Rejic steps into the batter's box. Blancati checks Alcantara at second, steps off. Didn't like what he saw. As he readies his pitch now. Rejic ready to receive. That one's down low in the dirt. Alcantara will make it all the way to third. Scotty showing some life here offensively here in the bottom of the 5th. Rejic facing a 2-1 count. Josue Ortiz is in the on-deck circle. Oh, and Rejic swings, can't get a hold of it fully. Fouls that one off, 2-2. Blancati gets his sign, readies his pitch. Here it comes. Oh, Rejic swings down low for strike number 3, out number 2. Now batting for the Scotties, the right fielder, number 7, Josue Ortiz. Josue comes to the plate with Jerry Alcantara on third base. Decent lead out there. As that pitch is wide and outside. Ball 1. Here comes the pitch from Jack Blancati. That's wide and down low. Ball number 2. 2-0 count for Josue Ortiz. On deck for the Scotties, Keyshawn Ballard. And Josue swings and can't get a hold of it. 2-1. Scotties look to chip away at this 4-run deficit they've been facing since the top of the 4th. Faces 4-run deficit twice in this game already. That ball's high and outside. Ball number 3. Faces 4-run deficit. They're going behind 4-0 at the top of the second. They chipped into it then, looking to do the same thing now. As Josue Ortiz faces a 3-1 count, 2 out. Jerry Alcantara on third base. And Josue puts that one down, hits it within reach of the second baseman, and that will end the inning. Scotty still trails 6-2. We'll head to the top of the 6th. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. We now have the answer to question 2 of our Twitter trivia. The question was, who was the first ever head coach for the Scotty baseball team? The answer is Neil Crane. Neil Crane is the answer for question number 2. Now batting number 23, Eric Sabrowski. Tony Horn readies his pitch. He sends it in. Eric Sabrowski swings and misses. 0-1 here at the top of the 6th. As Connor Feeney will head to the mound to talk to Tony Horn. Have a nice little chin wag. They've seen something that obviously they can execute here. As Tony Horn readies his pitch. Here it comes. As he hits Eric Sabrowski. The umpire says that he leaned in. 2-0. Count for Eric Sabrowski. By saying that he leaned into it. 1-1 count. Swings and misses there. That'll be strike number 2. 1-2 count for Eric Sabrowski. As he raises himself, waits for Tony Horn to deliver his pitch. And here it comes. Sends it in, reaches for it. Tyler Watson will make the play, get it there to Chris Procopio. And that's out number 1. Nice play there by the Scotty infield. Now batting number 20, Torrin Langley. Torrin Langley comes to the plate. And hits the fly ball to shallow left center. As Keyshawn Ballard gets under it, makes the play. Out number 2 for the T-Birds. Now batting number 36, Ryan Kolakowski. Kolakowski comes to the plate. Procopio makes a nice play back to Tony Horn. That'll end the top of the sixth. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth in just a moment. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Leading off for the Scotties, the shortstop, number 6, Keyshawn Ballard. Keyshawn Ballard leading off for the Scotties. Swings there and fouls it off. Here in the bottom of the sixth, if you're just joining us this afternoon, Scotties trail the T-Birds of Cloud County 6-2. Keyshawn Ballard is up to bat right now. Has a 1-1 count. Scotties trailed early as they gave up 2 runs in the top of the first. Also 2 runs in the top of the second. And then they scored 2 in the bottom of the second and then gave up 2 more in the top of the fourth. And that gives us our 6-2 ball game. 1-2 count for Keyshawn Ballard. Keyshawn gets a hold of that nicely. That'll go between left center and right center and bounce off the wall. 1 hop. And that's a nice double from Keyshawn Ballard. Good start for the Scotties here in the bottom of the sixth. Now batting for the Scotties, the first baseman, number 30, Chris Procopio. Procopio comes to the plate. He's been walked and he struck out once today as he fouls that one off down the right field line. Scotties look to get things going offensively here in the bottom of the sixth. Looked likely that they were getting things going in the bottom of the fifth, but just couldn't. That's just outside 1-1. It looks as though we have another pitching change for the T-Birds. We have number 8, Gavin Greenwood on the mound. As he began the inning. He waits for his call and he'll send in the pitch to Procopio. That's high and inside, not very pretty. 2-1. Highland Scotty basketball teams will be in action in their regional semifinals at home this coming Saturday. Women tip at 1 p.m., men at 3. That's down low. for ball 3, sorry. 3-1 count for Chris Procopio. Basketball teams will face the winners of KCK versus Fort Scott in both games. That'll be played later on this week. And Procopio will make it to first, as the third baseman couldn't make the play. Now batting for the Scotties, the third baseman, number 4, Dalton Burtt. Well, Burtt comes to the plate with 2 runners on, Procopio on first, Ballard on second. He shapes the bunt, puts down a nice bunt down there. And he will get called out at first base, but he'll advance the runners. 2 on, 1 out for the Scotties. Now batting for the Scotties, the designated hitter, number 16, Tanner Williams. Williams comes to the plate, having flown out and ground out already today. As he takes a ball there. Big swing from Tanner there, can't do the business. 1-1. Keyshawn Ballard on third, Chris Procopio on second. 1 out, 1-1 count for Tanner Williams as he faces the pitch from Greenwood. Swings and misses again. Williams liked to look at that pitch and wanted to have at it, just couldn't make contact. 1-2. Gavin Greenwood looks for the sign. Here comes the pitch. Similar pitch to the other two, and Williams can't deal with it. That's out number 2 of the inning. That'll bring up Tyler Watson. Now batting for the Scotties, the second baseman, number 14, Tyler Watson. That's just outside. Ball 1. Scotties have 2 runners on, looking to make it count here and bring at least one of them home. And Watson swings on a similar pitch that just got out Tanner Williams. 1-1 count. And that's wide and outside. 2-1. That one low and outside that time. 3-1 count for Tyler Watson. Connor Feeney in the on-deck circle. As Tyler will foul that one off. Full count. For the second baseman for the Scotties. Sends it in. Tyler sends it back up the middle. That'll score Ballard. Procopio headed home as well, and he will score there. Tyler Watson with a 2 RBI single makes it a 6-4 ball game for the Scotties. Now batting for the Scotties, the catcher number 5, Connor Feeney. The Scotties finally get some offense going again as they had 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. It's now a 6-4 ball game. That ball's just outside for ball 1. Connor Feeney has Tyler Watson on first. It's 2 outs, 1-0 count for him. That one's down in the dirt. Watson will advance to second and into scoring position. As Gavin Greenwood readies his pitch. And here it comes, Connor Feeney ready. It's a little high. 3-0 count for Connor Feeney. Jerry Alcantara in the on-deck circle for the Scotties. They finally showing some life offensively. And he hits Connor Feeney. Sends him to first. 2 on for the Scotties, 2 out. Jerry Alcantara up at the plate. Now batting for the Scotties, the center fielder, number 26, Jerry Alcantara. It looks as though Clark County are gonna come change pitcher. He's had enough of what he's seen from Gavin Greenwood. We'll take a quick break. You are watching the Scotty Sports Network. Pitching change for the T-Birds. Now pitching number 6, Neil Sudbeck. We have a new pitcher for the T-Birds. We have Neil Sudbeck. He's a 5'8" redshirt freshman from Baileyville, Kansas. Sends in that pitch a little high for ball number 2. Scotty's finally getting something going. They have 2 on, 2 out. And they have a 2-0 count in favor of Jerry Alcantara. Sudbeck checks the runner. Sends in the pitch. Clips the outside corner for 2-1. And that one drops in. Make it a 2-2 count. He calls a strike on the inside corner of the plate, and that'll end the inning. Scotties add 2 and make it a 2-point ball game. 2-run ball game, sorry. It's 6-4. We'll be back in the top of the 7th. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Now batting number 15, Trey McDaniel. Trey McDaniel, the batter up, leading off for the T-Birds here in the top of the 7th. He swings and misses on the first pitch from Tony Horn. Owen wants 6-4 ball game. Scotty scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th to cut into the 4-run deficit they previously had. McDaniel fouls that one back. 0-2 count. And sends it down, right down the middle. Big swing and a miss from Trey McDaniel. That's out number 1. Nice pitch from Tony Horn. Now batting number 21, Grant Smith. Grant Smith comes to the plate for his 4th at-bat today. He has 1 double and a strikeout as the umpire calls time there. Hits that. 1 bouncer to Dalton Burtt, who sends it across to Procopio for the 2nd out of the inning. The Scotty defense looked a lot more assured in the last couple innings. Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Aidan Huggins. Huggins today has struck out and has a hit and has reached on an arrow. That's a cold strike right at the knees. Strike 1. 2 outs for the T-Birds, an 0-1 count for Aidan Huggins. That one's down low in the dirt. 1-1. Hits that down. Comes off the wrist of Dalton Burtt. And we'll roll out to Justin Rejic as Huggins will reach first base. So let off there for the T-Birds. Now batting number 13, Luis Lendata. Lendata's had 1 hit been struck out and reached on an error as well. He's had a similar day to that of Aidan Huggins. 2 out, 1 on for the T-Birds as Tony Horn looks to pick off Huggins at first. Horn checks the runner. Gets himself set. Here comes the pitch. Sends it in there, and Landeta fouls it down towards the Scotty dugout. Strike 1. Turns and throws to Procopio again, does Tony Horn. And for the third successive time, throws to the first baseman, Procopio. And Landeta fouls that one back, attempting to bunt 0-2. And Landeta sends that to Ballard. Ballard can't make the throw to Tyler Watson. And the T-Birds now have runners on the corners. Now batting the center fielder, number 12, Ryan Simmons. Well, after it looked like the Scotties were going to get 1, 2, 3, they've allowed 2 runners to get on base. Runner on first and a runner on third with 2 out. A lot of the damage today has been with 2 outs on the board. Scotty's struggling to find a way to just end the inning. And bad throw from Horn will score the runner and advance the runner. So bad play there by the Scotties. Allows the T-Birds to increase their lead to 3 runs once again. He sends that one in, strike on the outside corner of the plate. Strike number 1 for Ryan Simmons. Tony Horn readies his pitch. Here it comes. Simmons gets under that, sends a shallow fly ball to second baseman Tyler Watson. That'll end the inning. T-Birds score 1. It's now a 7-4 ball game. We'll be back in the bottom of the 7th. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. pitching change for the T-Birds. Now pitching number 36, Ryan Krolikowski. Leading off for the Scotties, the left fielder number 9, Justin Rijik. That's ball number 1 for Justin Rejic. Had to have a timeout. There was a lot of confusion about what was going on defensively for the T-Birds. They have a new pitcher. He is the former first baseman, number 36, Ryan Krolikowski. As Rejic fouls that one off. 1-1. Rejic fouls that one off for 1-2. Here comes the pitch from Krolikowski. Sends it in a little high, 2-2. Rejic gets onto that one nicely in between the right and center fielder. He will go all the way to second with a leadoff double for the Scotties. Nice hitting there from Justin Rejic. Now batting for the Scotties, the right fielder number 7, Josue Ortiz. Josue comes to the plate with Justin Rejic on second after that nice double. A leadoff double. No outs for the Scotties. They trail 7-4. Looking to get something going here in the bottom of the 7th. As Josue shapes the bunt, gets the bunt back to the pitcher, Krolikowski, who makes the play to the first baseman and advances Rejic to third. Now batting for the Scotties, the shortstop number 6, Keyshawn Ballard. Keyshawn comes on with a runner in scoring position. That being Justin Rejic on third base. That one's in on the outside corner of the plate, strike 1. And here comes the pitch. A called strike on the inside corner of the plate there. A nice pitch from Krolikowski. Here comes Ballard. Fouls that one off. Keeps the count at 0-2. Ballard hits a deep shot. It'll be at the wall. And that's a home run for Keyshawn Ballard. Home run, Scotties. Keyshawn Ballard with a 2-run shot to deep left field to bring the Scotties within one, 7-6 ball game. Now batting for the Scotties, the first baseman number 30, Chris Procopio. Well, the pitch was high and in, and Keyshawn took it right to left field, deep over the fence. Scotties score 2 runs in back-to-back innings. 7-6 ball game. Finally, their bats come to life. That ball's outside for ball 2 for Chris Procopio. Scotties seemingly have some momentum for them now. Chris rears back there and fouls it off. 2-1. Just 1 out for the Scotties as well. Well, after Justin Rijik hit a nice double to right center field to lead off the inning, Scotties look good, and Chris Procopio will take first base after being hit by the pitch. Things going with the Scotties right now. Now batting for the Scotties, the third baseman, number 4, Dalton Burtt. And now T-Birds want to have a chat about things. Looks like they're going to change pitcher again. We'll take a quick break. We'll see you in a second. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Pitching change for the T-Birds. Now pitching number 2, Ramon Vingoche. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in the bottom of the 7th. 7-6 ball game in favor of the T-Birds, but the Scotties have momentum at the moment. They've just had a 2-run shot from Keyshawn Ballard to bring them within 1. As Dalton Burtt swings and misses there. Chris Procopio will get to second. Thought about turning the corner and heading to third, but decides to come back. The new pitcher for the T-Birds is Ramon Vingoche. The Scotties have 1 out, no 1 count for Dalton Burtt, as they look to tie or take the lead here. Looks like Aidan Huggins and Vingoche having a nice conversation. And we're ready to get things back underway. Here comes the pitch. That's in right at the knees for strike number 2. 0-2 count for Dalton Burtt. Swings and misses there, but has a chance, and he'll make it to first. Now runners on the corners for the Scotties, with Tanner Williams coming to the plate. Now batting for the Scotties, the designated hitter number 16, Tanner Williams. Williams comes up, runners at the corners for the Scotties, 1 out. Chris Procopio represents the tying run on third as they look to bring him in. A big swing and a miss on the first pitch from Tanner Williams. Saw something he liked but just couldn't take advantage. On deck for the Scotties is Tyler Watson. As Vingoche readies his pitch. And here it comes. Williams gets a hold of that but sends it straight sky high. Second baseman makes a nice play in the end. Misjudged it originally but gets back to make the play for out number 2. Now batting for the Scotties, the second baseman number 14, Tyler Watson. And here we go. 2 out, 2 on for the Scotties. Tyler Watson at the plate. Vingoche checks the runner at first. Checks again. Checks a third time. That one down low for ball 1. T-Bird coach unhappy with the call. Umpire says, yeah, it was below the knees. That one a high bouncer. Procopio will head to home. And he's called out at the plate. Scotties add 2 runs but can't add the tying run. Procopio represented that and it was called out at home plate. We'll head to the top of the 8th. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Pitching change for the Scotties. Now pitching number 29, Jared Wells. Who's leading off for them? Now batting number 9, Cade Wallace. A new pitcher for the Scotties. We have Jared Wells now on the mound as he faces Cade Wallace for the T-Birds. So Wallace fouls that one way back. 0-1 count. Ball's down low in the dirt. 1-1. Wells raises his pitch. Here it comes. Wallace fouls that one off. 1-2. That's a high bouncer that come up, hit the press box up here. 2-2. He chops that down to Keyshawn Ballard, who makes the play. He's unable to get the out as Wallace gets to first. Now batting number 23, Eric Sabrowski. Sabrowski comes to the plate with 2 hits, 2 RBIs, a double and a strikeout today. Ball just outside for 2-0 for Eric Sabrowski. Nice pitch there from Wells on the outside corner, 2-1. That's it hard towards Tyler Watson, who eventually makes the play for the out. Out number 1 of the inning. Now batting number 20, Torin Langley. Watson makes the play for the out. Wallace advances to second, so there's 1 out, 1 on for the T-Birds. Torin Langley is up at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Wells. Sends it in down in the dirt. That'll be ball 1. Feeney does well to recover after being unable to make the catch. A nice pitch there from Wells for strike 1. 1-1 count for Torin Langley. And he swings and hits it just past the Scotty dugout. 1-2 count for Langley. Nice pitch there from Wells. Cold strike on the outside corner. Now batting number 2, Ramon Vinconchea. Nice pitch from Wells there down the knees. Strike number 1. As Ramon hits it straight down the throat of Justin Regic and makes the play to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. We will now do question 3 of our Scotty Twitter trivia. Question 3, what Scotty baseball alumni is currently playing for the Youngstown State Penguins? Again, question 3, what Scotty baseball alumni is currently playing for the Youngstown State Penguins? You can tweet your answer or see the cheerleading table behind the press box. Now batting for the Scotties, the second baseman number 14, Tyler Watson. Tyler Watson, the leadoff batter for the Scotties, here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that pitch is sent in by Ramon Vingoche. Strike 1. Watson gets under that one. A shallow fly ball. And it's caught by Luis Lendeta for the first out of the inning. Now batting for the Scotties, number 12, Mason Nagel. Mason Nagel making his first appearance today at the plate. Takes a ball up high for ball 1. And he watches that one. Ball number 2, 2-0 count for Mason Nagel. Nagel, a redshirt sophomore from St. Joseph, Missouri. As he swings at that. Gets a hold of it well, but sends it down foul. 2-1. Nagel ready for the pitch. Here it comes. Takes it up high for ball 3, 3-1 count. Jerry Alcantara in the on-deck circle for the Scotties. Jerry has been walked and struck out today. Nagel gets a hold of that one. Sends it foul. Gorgeous swing there from Mason Nagel. Here comes the pitch. Nagel swings and misses. The full count pitch for out number 2 of the inning. Now batting for the Scotties, the center fielder, number 26, Jerry Alcantara. Well, here comes Jerry. 2 out. Nobody on for the Scotties. He takes that strike there. Strike number 1. Here in the bottom of the 8th, if you're just joining us here on the Scotty Sports Network, Scotties trail 7-6. As that strike hits the inside corner for strike number 2. T-Birds took an early 2-0 lead, added to it to make it 4. Scotties chipped into it to make it a 4-2 ball game. As Jerry tips that one away. 0-2 still. T-Birds then extended their lead to make it 6-2 in the top of the 4th. Scotties have recently found their offense adding 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th and the bottom of the 7th. 7-6 is as it stands. Here comes the pitch for well, the ball hit Alcantara, but he said that he leaned into it. It's ball 1, strike 2. That's a wild pitch outside, 2-2. Another wild pitch outside, bounces, hits the back fence. 3-2 full count for Jerry Alcantara. Jerry gets under that, sends it back foul to keep the count 3-2. Jerry waiting for the pitch. Swings and misses there. That'll end the 8th inning. Scotties trail 7-6 still. We'll be right back. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Now batting number 15, Trey McDaniel. We're in the top of the 9th inning. T-Birds have a 7-6 lead over the Scotties. Here comes the pitch from Jared Wells, down low, ball 1. Another one down low for 2-0 for McDaniel. Got some changes on defense for the Scotties. Now catching is Chris Procopio, and at first base we have Mason Nagel. It's another one down low. 3-0 count for Trey McDaniel. That one's wide and outside for ball 4. McDaniel will take his base. Now batting number 21, Grant Smith. Smith comes to the plate with 1 on. Jared Wells waits for his call. This is a pitch. Nice strike on the outside corner of the plate. 0-1. And a nice pitch on the inside corner of the plate. Big swing and a miss from Smith. 0-2 for Jared Wells. Nice location there from Jared. Here it comes. That one's low and outside for ball 1. 1-2 count for Grant Smith. That's a ball on the outside corner. Just off the plate, 2-2. Procopio tried to frame it, just couldn't bring it back farther enough and quick enough. Smith gets a hold of that, but fouls it down the left field line. Count remains 2-2. A nice pitch on the inside corner from Wells. Great location. Smith unable to handle it. That's out number 1. Now batting number 11, Aidan Huggins. Wells with nice pitch location there to get the out. Out number 1 of the top of the 9th. At the plate is Aidan Huggins, red shirt freshman. That's a strike on the outside corner from Wells. Strike number 1. No, 1 out, 1 on for the T-Birds. Wells readies his pitch. Here it comes. Procopio Gets the throw off, but unable to get it in time. The runner is Brett Fields. He makes it there in time. 0-2 count for Huggins. Wells checks the runner. Sends the pitch high and just a little wide, 1-2. And a nice pitch on the outside corner. Hits it again. Another example of his great location. That's out number 2. Now batting number 13, Luis Lendeta. Procopio will go have a chat with Jared Wells. Wells gets the second strikeout of the inning. Well, Lendeta's reached on 2 errors, been struck out, and has a hit in today's ball game. Also stolen base once as well. He's swinging a miss there. Strike 1. Procopio is going to go talk to Wells again. Wells waits for the call from Procopio. He's got it. Checks the runner. Here comes the pitch. Sends it in. Baits him into it with a low ball on the outside of the plate. 0-2. Brett Fields getting a decent lead out at second. Lendeta steps out. Just before Wells is about to throw his pitch. Now reset. Gets him again with another curveball on the outside corner. That'll end the top of the 9th. Scotty's with a chance to take the lead or tie it here in the bottom of the 9th. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. So we have the answer for question 3 of our Twitter trivia. What Scotty baseball alumni is currently playing for the Youngstown State Penguins? The answer is Andrew Kendrick. Again, what Scotty Boston baseball alumni is currently playing for the Youngstown State Penguins? Andrew Kendrick. Leading up for the Scotties, the left fielder number 9, Justin Rizek. Rizek takes that one, strike one. Scottish trail 7-6 here in the bottom of the 9th. Need to mount something here offensively. Rizek fouls that one off his foot. Looks like he'll be all right, but that one stings. On deck for the Scotties is Josue Ortiz. Josue has ground out 3 times today. Rizek has flown out and been walked, also been struck out. So he's ready for the 0-2 pitch. Swings and misses, can't get a hold of that one. That's out number 1. Now batting for the Scotties, the right fielder number 7, Josue Ortiz. Josue comes to the plate. There's 1 out. It's now 1-0 count. Hasn't been able to get anything going so far, but this would be as good a time as any to get bat on ball. As he does there, but he'll foul that down the left field line for strike 1. 1-1 count for Josue. That one's inside. Couldn't get a hold of it. Strike number 2. 1-2 count for Josue Ortiz. On deck for the Scotties is Keyshawn Ballard. He had that 2-run home run back in the bottom of the 7th. That one just off the outside of the plate, according to the home plate umpire. 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Bounces, good eye from Josue. Full count, 1 out for the Scotties. Josue fights back and will take his base. Next up, Keyshawn Ballard. Now batting for the Scotties, the shortstop number 6, Keyshawn Ballard. Keyshawn comes to the plate. He's lost that bat. He hit that home run. Scotties would love something like that again here. As he takes the first one for a strike, 0-1. Keyshawn has Josue Ortiz on first. Oh, he saw his pitch and couldn't get a hold of it. 0-2. And he gets that. They'll get through the gap. Josue will advance to second. That's a nice single from Keyshawn Ballard. Next up will be Chris Procopio. Now batting for the Scotties, number 30, Chris Procopio. Procopio has runners on first and second. He'll take that one on the outside of the plate for strike one. Scotties only have one out also. Let's see if they can mount something here. Procopio hits that one high and fouls it back. 0-2 count for Chris Procopio. Procopio sets himself, waits for the pitch. Here it comes. Big swing and a miss. Can't do anything about that. That's out number 2 of the inning. Up next is Dalton Burtt. Now batting for the Scotties, number 4, Dalton Burtt. Burt's ready for the pitch. Here it comes. 2 on, 2 out for the Scotties. Big swing and a miss there from Dalton. 0-1. Swings at that one. That bounces away. Josue and Keyshawn will advance. That's 0-2. Majority of the game is just the thing that's been a trouble for the Scotties has been execution. They've been in decent scoring positions multiple times. Just been unable to bring anyone home. And they have a chance here. Josue Ortiz on third represents the tying run. Ballard on second represents the winning run. 2 out, 2 on. Here we go. Burtt sends it back up the middle. It's a chopper. Aidan Huggins can't make the play. Called safe. 7-7 ball game. The Scotties have come all the way back. Well, Huggins bubbled it just a little bit. It looked like he might be close, but just couldn't make the play. That's going to be a 7-7 ball game with Tanner Williams coming to the plate. Now batting for the Scotties, number 16, Tanner Williams. Well, Williams comes to the plate with Keyshawn Ballard on third. Dalton Burtt on first. 2 out, tie ball game. That'll do it. Scotties will win it after trailing the entire game. Tanner Williams with the walk-off single to left field. Scotties will win this one 8-7. Well, they trailed by 4 and then trailed by 4 again later in the game, and they've come back and got offensively going. We'll come back to wrap it up. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had a great game here today. The Scotties end up winning 8-7 over Cloud County with a walk-off single from Tanner Williams. We're going to have some post-game interviews here in a second. We'll be joined by Coach Daniel Doolin, Tanner Williams, and Keyshawn Ballard. Stick around to see that. You're watching the Scotty Sports Network.
Here with Scotty freshman Tanner Williams, who hit in the had a walk-off single to finish the game. Scotty's win at 8-7 over the Cloud County T-Birds. Tanner, thoughts on today's game and more importantly, that ninth inning?
I thought our pitching did real well. Defense struggled in spots. Offense was always there. But first time I've seen this team kind of come together and play. So I'm really looking forward to starting conference here soon.
You guys got down early 6-2, I think, in the fifth inning. What kind of motivated the guys to kind of come back and battle back to get back in the game and win it?
I think just some of our pitching coming back, they just kept on working, and we saw that, and our offense just wanted to back them up. So,
talk about Jared Wells in the ninth inning there. The top of the ninth inning, comes in, they get a leadoff single, I believe, but then he strikes out the next three batters.
Yeah, we can't ask more than that. Him coming out and doing well like that. And just kind of gives everybody a boost when something good goes our way like that.
It's kind of been a tough 2 weeks with the weather. Obviously, about 4 days ago, this field was covered in ice. You guys got a game in yesterday at State Fair. You lost down there, but bounced back today. What's it been like kind of playing around the weather and the postponements? And here we start conference play this week.
It's definitely been a struggle, but, we got through everything. And I think we're at the better part of the spring, to say, so.
Warmer weather's around the corner, we hope.
Yeah.
All right, this is Tanner Williams, freshman designated hitter today, hit the walk-off single to win the game. Scotty's over the T-Birds 8-7. We'll be right back with Keyshawn Ballard. Tanner, thank you.
Thank you. Good job, buddy. Thank you.
Sophomore shortstop, Keyshawn Ballard. Keyshawn, you hit a monstrous home run into the wind over the left field fence in the bottom of the 7th inning to get you guys within 1, and then you got a single in the 9th inning, and you guys ended up winning with a Tanner Williams walk-off single. Take us through the game.
Well, it started off, we didn't start off too good, so my boy Tony told me to hook it up when he got on the mound because I was playing awful. And so after that, I just got focused up, and we all came together as a team and just started to dominate.
What's it like? I kind of touched with Tanner about it, but you guys, last week you didn't even get outside to practice. Yesterday, I believe, was your first day outside in over a week. You guys played at State Fair and lost a tough one down there. What's it like to kind of bounce back and get this win today before starting conference on Thursday?
It feel real good to go into conference with a win and just have a good record just going in. So, it feels pretty good.
Take us through that 9th inning. Obviously, Jared Wells on the mound strikes out 3 batters to get you guys down 1 going into the bottom of the 9th. Take us through that final inning there.
Well, we was all kind of nervous, so he just got up there with the sauce, just battled through everything that he could do. So, it was pretty tough, but we battled our way through it.
I saw you take off after Tanner after you crossed home plate. What was that feel like?
Oh, yeah, it felt real good. Feel real good to get a win, especially at home.
All right, Keyshawn, congratulations on the win today, and good luck Thursday as you guys head down to Neosho.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Good job, man. And I'm here with head coach. And I'm here with head coach Daniel Doolin as the Scotties defeat the Cloud County T-Birds 8-7 in 9 innings with a Tanner Williams walk-off single. Coach, take us through today's game.
Wow. Where to start? A lot of adversity. We didn't make some plays defensively. We, didn't take care of some business at the plate in certain situations. We had guys on base and whatnot. And credit to the guys, though. They stuck with it. Our bullpen did a great job giving us a chance to be in it at the end. And Tanner Williams, big time AB right there to give us the game. So a lot of adversity we had to overcome, but the guys stuck with it and came with the W, so that's the main thing.
You guys were down 6-2 after 5 innings. You came back, scored 2 in the 6th, and then Keyshawn Ballard with that 2-run homer in the 7th to get you within 1. What was the dugout like after you guys started to fight back a little bit?
They started to get some life, that's for sure. We started getting punched in the mouth a little bit, and we didn't make some plays. And guys, I thought some guys started to feel a little bit of pressure, and then we had a good inning, and all of a sudden we started getting some life back. So, that's our message all the time. Just keep playing. You never know what's going to happen. And it showed today, obviously.
I know Coach Cox is fired up, but talk about Jared Wells there in the final 2 innings, especially in the 9th, as he gave up, I think, a leadoff single and then struck out the next 3 batters.
Yeah. Big time toughness by Jared Wells. He came in, competed. He kept us right there. That was huge by him. It was one of those things where we didn't want to use him too much because we want to use him for the weekend, but it was one of those things where we couldn't take him out. He was competing. So we did a great job.
I believe yesterday was your first day outside in over a week with the ice storm that came through northeast Kansas, all of Kansas actually. You guys got outside yesterday, played at State Fair, tough loss down there. What's it like to bounce back and get this win today before heading into conference play on Thursday?
That's huge. This is hopefully sets the tone and gives us some momentum headed into Thursday. Yesterday was tough. We kind of a similar deal. We had the bases loaded and the tying run at the plate yesterday, and we didn't get the big hit. Today we get the big hit, so hopefully we build off of this and keep it rolling into Thursday.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win today, and good luck on Thursday as you head to Neosho.
Thank you. Appreciate it.